And all of a sudden, not because you changed your character or you became someone else, simply for the fact that you broke through, all of a sudden a lot of people are hating on you, and are hating on you for no reason at all. Hey, what's up? This is Laidback Luke, DJ and producer, walking through the woods today to clear my head a little bit, and I was thinking about a way to put this in a vlog to you. Every now and then I'll hop on a DJ mental health Zoom with like a festival lineup of DJs. And last time we had spoken about the moment we broke through and how it was for us mentally and how pressuring it was. And I was like, man, no one has ever made a video about it. And so here it is. I remember it so well. It must have been the end of the 90s when I got my first breakthrough. It was the third track I had put out, and this immediately got played by a ton of DJs around the world. And all of a sudden, my first burnout ever, I must have been 20 or 21 years old, and this all had to do with me feeling the pressure of the world, feeling the pressure of that first success. In your mind, you might start to think that you need to create a follow-up immediately, and that's easier said than done. And so in my case, it was just weeks, maybe even months of just being in the studio, doing long sessions. I also forgot to eat. I also forgot to sleep. And I was just constantly worried and busy with the weight on my shoulder, trying to create a follow-up. This is something no one ever really mentioned to me or warned me about, but this happened to me. I ran into a wall and it was insane. After you hit success, you would think or imagine that, okay, I've made it, I'm there. What actually happens when you reach your goal or when you're there? And so in my case, I'm gonna fast forward it to 2003. I was hype in that year, and I got my first ever like huge crossover hit. I had made it. I was there. Everyone knew me all of a sudden. Obviously, I had like my face on TV and did interviews and all that sort of thing. I had landed. And so for that whole year, I actually did nothing other than enjoy my fame and enjoy just hanging out, not making too much music. The year ended and the other year came around, and I turned to my manager and I said, why? What's wrong with me? Like, why is the hype gone? And she said, well, you've done nothing for a whole year. You've just been sitting on your butt doing nothing. What do you think happened to that hype? And this was a moment of truth for me, where I suddenly realized that after you've made it, you just need to continue working hard as you did before to maintain success or to maintain a certain level of breakthroughs that are possibly to come. But before I continue, make sure to hit that like button right now if you're liking what I'm talking about, and make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, because I have plenty more videos coming up as we continue. And so this level of success was on national level. 2004 came around and I started focusing more on a certified international breakthrough. And this was a whole different beast. Fast forward, I put the work in and everything. Years gone by, I did it. I had some international success, but I wasn't prepared on what came afterwards. Because with international success, you start traveling a lot, and so prepare for not being home. Prepare to leave your social life behind. And if you're not home, prepare to invest some time at the destinations you travel at. It's so important just to carve out time while traveling, but also obviously for home time, and just trying to find that balance, because for a long time there wasn't any balance there. And I was actually freaked out by my first years of travel, because I love being home. I love being in my studio. All this as well, I needed to start learning how to produce in hotel rooms or in airplanes or finish deadlines while traveling. And it was just so different than when I was working up to that success. I remember stories from guys like Hardwell and Dyro, for instance, that they felt so overwhelmed by the people reaching out to them. All of a sudden you have all these new friends and many contacts that are reaching out to you, and it can get like very overwhelming when you're all of a sudden in the global eye. And I want you to be aware of that, because I've seen it happen. It has happened to me, where you finally get that international success and it's like, wow, I did not expect any of these things to happen afterwards. And then I have one more, prepare for the haters. And this was because I always equated success and fame and possibly, better financial situation with kind of like a glorious period, right? When you think of that as like, oh man, it's going to be awesome. And little did I know that the amount of haters would grow as well. I never anticipated that. And all of a sudden, not because you changed your character or you became someone else, simply for the fact that you broke through, all of a sudden a lot of people are hating on you, and are hating on you for no reason at all. I remember encountering things online, messages online, but even people in person who were treating me so meanly, and I was like, what happened? Like, did I do something to you? I'm just here trying to break through and make my music. With more fame, with more success, come more haters, and how can you arm yourself for that? And honestly, you are never there. I thought that, at a certain distant future, at that time, everything will be perfect and everything will be there. And so the truth is, you'll never arrive, and you just always need to keep on putting that work, that passion, always keeping on being goal-driven and looking up ahead, but don't forget to enjoy the moment as well. All right, so I hope this little nugget will help all of you in the coming years, and I'm actually very much looking forward in the next coming years when you will break through. 2024, I think it's going to happen, the Roaring 20s, and I'll be super excited to see how you will handle that and how you will continue chasing your dreams and just being very aware of that.